I mean, for me, he has to be in At Least We Hate You.
Ooh, that's high for you, Gerald.
100%.
Oh my God.
Hank McCoy.
Should we start with Luka?
Sure.
Since we've already opened that can of worms.
Why not?
Luka Doncic. We'll go down in the line. Espo, you start us. Where do you put Luka?
I know where you guys expect me to, but last night I came to a weird acceptance. I've gone through all the stages of grief. I'm willing to admit, not that it's a big moment, but I'm willing to admit how wrong some of us were a handful of years ago. I actually, is he annoying in games? Yeah, but you can't deny what Luka does on the court anymore. You can't pretend that it wasn't the wrong move. I'd put him in really bad. I don't think I'm gonna put him that high, to be honest, because what am I mad at? Because he kicked our ass once in the playoffs? Because he got to the final second after Devin Booker did it. No, that does not. When you look at how many things are on this list, I can't put Luka all that high on it. Because what we accuse him of, a lot of our guys do it too. So.
Yeah.
Marco in the chat says Luka's not an enemy. He's a parent.
Oh my God. That's brutal.
Marco!
Damn. I mean, for me, he has to be in At Least We Hate You.
Ooh, that's high for you, Gerald.
100%.
Oh my gosh.
100%. Okay.
Wow.
He ended the greatest season in the Suns franchise history at home against the guy they drafted over him. He outscored that team by halftime by himself. Like, if that's not top tier villain shit. And here's the thing. Lots of people are going to look at villains as like, oh yeah, we totally hate this guy. There's no redeeming this guy. The best villains out there are the ones that you kind of identify with. And Luka Doncic has fully got us to the point where we're like, yeah, we can't hate him too much because he was the right pick and because he's really good.
Not only that, but
Like-
him and Book are cool now. Like, they were hanging out in Cancun together during the All-Star break. Like,
Yeah.
can we really continue to hate him if Book and him are buddies?
This is wild.
Can I counterpoint your argument, though?
You can.
Shouldn't that mean that DeAndre Ayton is the villain? That the call came from inside the goddamn house?
He didn't
That he
choose
did
to
it
draft
us?
himself. He didn't draft
No,
himself.
but he did get drafted and then didn't put forth the effort and didn't live up to his hype. Well, the other guy did.
I don't. I think the guy that beats you head to head is the villain there. Like, you're not going to convince me that DA needs to be higher on this list than Luka, but Luka's got to be at least just plain awful or we hate you.
All right, so where would you put him?
Man, this is like when you were in, like, you were choosing between two girls maybe, and then you were like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with her, and that ends up being the wrong choice because this one ends up flourishing and being like some supermodel, awesome person, and you're like, fuck, that's on you. That's why I don't think Luka should even be on this list.
Oh man.
Okay,
I
he's
don't
gotta
think
at least be on the list.
I'll say henchman.
Okay.
At the very worst, he's a henchman because why? We did this to ourselves.
Yeah.
We could have
Totally
avoided all of this, and we could have drafted Luka. I was definitely one of the ones that was saying, don't draft Luka. And guess what? He came back and he made us pay. I gotta take that one. That's on me. That's on me. So henchman.
I mean,
And there's nothing wrong with him torching your team. Like, hey, if you don't like it, stop it. He didn't cheap shot anybody. He didn't play anybody dirty. He just absolutely annihilated us. That's it.
But we could say that about a lot of the guys that we're going to
And
talk
I
about.
feel
on
like
this
they're
list.
all
Not in the
towards
we hate
bottom
you
of the
category.
tiers. That's the
I mean-
problem with this is like sometimes it's not even about you beating us. Sometimes it's the feelings that you
There was a lot of
bring out.
animosity towards Luka.
Yeah,
we
but that was
literally
years ago at
we
this point.
literally rode the Luka
Now we have
hoe thing
Cancun.
for 2 years after that. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he still is a hoe.
Yeah, I mean, he still can be.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I have
the
to hate
hater
him.
can be true at the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
time.
Some people like hoes.
Come on, man.
So
I'm
I was toying
disgusted with the
between-
switch up here.
just plain awful and really bad. I wouldn't go all the way up to the we hate you.
Yeah, that's a little
You
dramatic.
guys, he ended the best
you're
season in our franchise's history
even
in Game
Devin-
7 at
but
home.
even
Nobody
Devin-
has
but-
ended
but
a season
time out.
in our history,
But even Devin Booker said that there was flaws with that team that they just never really admitted because they were kept winning, and then they got to the playoffs and those flaws came to fruition. Like, so it's not like, yeah, I get the 64 win record, cool, but even Devin Booker admitted that they might have been record wise better than they actually were.
So we have to decide between just plain awful and really bad, because those are the 4 that we kind of have. So it would have to be one of those 2 middle ones. Can't be we hate you, and it can't be henchmen.
I'll say just plain awful, but I'm gonna guarantee this is gonna get worse as the years go on.
I can move to just plain awful. I can
Okay.
give you that.
Just plain awful.
We can't do any lower than that,
Reluctantly
guys.
from
That,
Saul,
that
but we'll
feels
put him
low.
in just plain awful.
That Game 7 is one of the most traumatic moments in Suns franchise
not
history, and he single-handedly did it to us.
I don't know. Like, I feel like when you get blown out, you just start laughing after a certain
No one
You
was
weren't
laughing.
laughing.
Come on,
bro.
I
You
was.
were
When we were down by
I was.
37 in the third quarter, I looked at us, I was like,
We
this
both
shit.
started cracking up.
Yeah,
because
because
we
you
got
had
nothing
turned
to
into the
do.
Joker.
But you're laughing to keep from
Do at that
crying.
point.
Sure. I mean, we still laughing.
Okay.